Hi, this is Bonnie at Well-Versed Creations. Today I'm going to build a floral topiary. This is the dowel that has a couple of screws in the bottom of it, and I've also attached a level so that I can insert it into this cute little milk bucket, keep it straight and sturdy. We're going to be doing some cement here, and we're just prepping this project out in the garage to get it going. In this scene, my husband Dave is helping me mix up the cement in just an old bowl we had laying around the garage. If you do this, you want the consistency to be fairly thick so that when you put your dowel in, it will stand up. But we are going to add a little tape. Okay, Dave's adding the cement, and we've added a solo cup and some tape just to keep things nice and clean. Here we are putting the dowel in, and we put those little nails in the side, those little screws, just so that it doesn't lift out of the cement. A little bit more secure that way. And Dave's just kind of getting it just right so that it's level. And then I'm just going to hold it while he tapes it. Okay, here we are just using some painter's tape, and that'll just hold the dowel in place. Even though the cement was firm, we still needed a little added security. And Dave's just adjusting it, making sure the bubbles are lined up. That way we know it's level. And this should be ready in a couple hours. We ended up leaving it overnight, but this worked really well, and the dowel is just nice and secure. So I'm going to show you some of the supplies that I picked up. I picked up a bunch of florals. Here's the little foam ball that I'm going to put on top of here. I picked up this floral tape. This was at Hobby Lobby. It's green. And these little picks, and I'll show you. You'll just see me in the video working with all of this. And here is kind of like little staples that I use all the time, and floral design, and some moss. Then I got a ton of florals, and these cute little pumpkins, and these fun acorns. And I thought these were really interesting too. I always like something kind of whimsical. Okay, I'm just gonna put some glue in here, hot glue. I've made a little hole in the top for my dowel, and I'm gonna put an abundance of it in there so it holds real well. And I didn't get a huge ball for the top because by the time I put all the florals in, it's gonna probably at least double in size. So I've made a lot of these through the years and just kind of learned to go smaller on the ball because sometimes it looks like it's gonna be too small, but I don't want it to end up overall too big or too close to this because I want to add some decorations at the bottom. Okay, I think I'm going to also add some of this twine, and I'm going to just put it around this. I just think that would look really cute. As I start going, you'll see. Yeah. Dip down here so you can see it better. Yeah, I like it. So I'm just gonna kind of go for a ways and then add a little bit of glue so that it holds it up. I could probably do even more than I am at one time. but I just want to make sure it's secure. I'm just going to attach onto that. Another bunch here. And then I'm just going to hit that with some glue again and secure that down in there. And it's just totally against the dowel there. So I think that just added a fun fall look to it. Okay, here I am just adding a little bit of moss. So the way I do that is I use these floral picks. They kind of remind me of the kind you use for lawn fabric, or if you guys have ever done that. Okay, so here's our moss. And as I go, if I see some holes, I can always fill it in. But now I'm going to show you how I do this. This does not have a very sharp tip. So then I use these so that, these are the little floral picks, and I just put it beside there like that and wind it around the stem. So now I can poke it. This one will probably be fine because it has a long enough, sharp enough end to it. So what I decided to do was place all the gold ones first, just so that I get a feel for how many I need. Okay, so I've got the gold in and I've evenly distributed them. Now I'm gonna start with this nice rusty red, and then I'm going to go to this kind of buff color. So once I get all of these in, then I can start putting some of the interesting pieces like these little acorns and these little pumpkins in. I'm gonna just kind of fan these out a little bit so that I can see all the cute little acorns. It's nice when the florals are wired because then you can do this and make them more visible. It's getting hard to find spaces for everything now because our topiary, I am loving all of these selections. Okay, so again, hi you guys, I ran out of time yesterday, so I'm going to finish this today, but this is what we have so far on our topiary, and now we get to add some fun. I got these fun little lights, and I have space down here to tuck the battery pack, so that's going to be perfect. And then I'm just going to string them up and wind them around the topiary. So I'm going to just sit this in here for now. Aren't these fun? And there's like a little remote, so there's different modes that can be set on these. Now, I got these at a local craft store that is family owned and operated, but I have seen them on Amazon. They have them for Christmas and all the different seasons too, so that makes it really fun and easy to get your hands on. So I'm just gonna kind of weave them around into this arrangement. And I want them tucked in, but not too far because they are tiny And I want them to be able to be seen, but not take over the, the whole arrangement either. So this way, there will be some subtle whimsy. Super cute. Especially when it's displayed in the evening and at night. Then I also found these really cute little sunflowers to tuck in. And I'm loving these. I've already put one in here. Okay, so I've got all the sunflowers in, except I think right here is a little blank spot. Is that where I want it? Yes. And I just like the way they give it a little bit more fullness down at the base of the arrangement. Plus, I noticed there was this cute little sunflower on here, and I thought, I've got to have one just like that. So I was really thrilled when I found some. I kept seeing them, but they were all way too big. So these were just the perfect size and the right color. I love the golden ones for this particular arrangement. And then I'm just adding a few more leaves at the base as well. And I'm really liking the lights. I think they're adding a cute little touch to it that I think will be very enjoyable at night. And I like topiaries to be really nice and full. I don't like any bald spots on them. So I just kind of keep twisting it, and I'll step back and look for any spots that I don't care for. It's great because you can always take stuff out and move it around. And I found some perfect ribbon for this for a nice finishing touch as well. Okay, so then the last part for up here, well actually there's a couple more. I also found these. And I wanted to add just a little bit of this white because our base is white. Okay, so I decided to add this really beautiful teal ribbon. I just think it is gorgeous with all these fall colors, and it happens to be my very favorite color. So here are the little loops that I'm making, and I just thought I would show you one on camera. That's long enough. So I'm just making a loop, and this is non-wired ribbon, but it will work for this. Wired ribbon is always nice for most projects like this. So I'm just putting the little floral pick that has the wire. I folded a loop. Just do it this way. I have to figure out how to do it backwards. There we go. Okay, I'm just holding it next to it and then wrapping the wire around onto the stick so that I'm making a pick that has these cute little loops that I can put all throughout the arrangement. And it just adds that fun pop of color that is hard to find in florals to where it looks natural. They do have like roses and stuff this color, but I didn't really want to use that in here. So I'm gonna try and stick them. There's so little room now, I've got so much stuff in here. But I like them right next to the sunflowers because I think they pop. So I'm gonna add these in and show them to you. They're gonna be super cute. Okay, so I'll show you now with all the little loops in there. See how it just adds that little pop of color? And that teal is just gotta be in the fall color scheme. It really adds that color that most people love. Okay, so now to figure out what to do with this, I think what I'm gonna do, literally rewrap this. And I think it'll look great because it'll make it have even a little bit more bulk. But you see when I'm pushing all these florals into the foam ball on top, the styrofoam, it is really nice that we have cemented this in and I haven't had to worry about it wobbling or coming apart or coming unglued. So many times I've just hot glued the bottom into the vessel, whatever I've chosen, and it keeps coming loose when I'm working on it. So I'm really glad that I tried it this way. I love it. Okay, I brought the camera down so that you can see a little better. So what I'm gonna do is wrap this cord into the twine as I wrap it around. And I've done the top part, but now I'm down to where I could actually show you what I'm doing. And if you run out of twine, I just glue a new piece and start a new chain here. And I am not gluing it right on this. Just in case I ever need to change this out, I can unwrap it. And I'm only I'm only gluing in a few areas so that it won't be catastrophic if something goes wrong with the little lights. Of course, it could be displayed without lights, but what fun is that? I just love it when it's evening time and the decor lights up. And it's fun to add lights to decor all year long. So I usually add them with my Easter decor and of course Christmas, but I kept wondering, what is it that I miss so badly about all my Christmas decor? And I've decided it's the lights. So I try and think of ways to do that with everything I make. And they've got all these fun battery operated lights now that make it way easier. You don't even have to be plugged in. How easy is that? Running out of glue there. Okay, I like it because this is thicker now too, so I think that's gonna look really good. Okay, so here we are, it's all wrapped, and I'm just gonna put this battery pack down in here. I just tried it out, and I can still get it back out of there. It's a little tricky, but I can do it. So now what I'm gonna do is dress up the bottom of this. I also made sure that this little battery pack is in the back, so keeping the truck in the front. See how this can move without this coming loose? So I just love that it's not drifting, it's not coming unglued. Definitely worth it to take the time to just go ahead and add a little cement or something of that nature down in the vessel of whatever topiary you're working on. Okay, so now I've decided I need a little piece of foam, and I've just cut a little piece. And I'm gonna move my moss and just put that in down here. And again, the battery pack is in the back. And then I'm just gonna cover this moss up, and that'll give me something to put my florals in. So I'm gonna use these, but I want them to be able to poke in to the moss, or I mean the foam. So I'm just going to insert a floral pick and use that to put these in. I'm gonna add a little bit of glue. And I've just made a little hole that I'm putting the floral pick in. I want it nice and long though, okay? So if you find something cute, you can still use it if you've got some of these floral picks. I imagine you could make a floral pick with a lot of other things if you've got skewers at home too. So I'm just gonna make a hole in the bottom here. a couple of these. And then I think I like this, I'm not sure. Maybe playing around. And I love these. These are bringing in that fun pumpkin theme we've got going here for fall. And I don't like that these are not curled. So I'm just gonna use a pin and curl them around it. And then when I slide the pin out, they've got some curl to them and they just look cuter, I think. So that's looking cuter. And I think I'm gonna bend it a little bit. Bent kind of sideways. And then I can further bend them once I get them in here. Just want to see what they look like with our design. Okay, I think that looks really cute. And the truck is not getting covered up by the pumpkins. And then I think I'm gonna add just a few of these fall leaves as well, just so that everything's kind of uniform and mimics what I have above so that it doesn't look too completely different down at the bottom. So I think this looks good. Okay, so there's a little visual interest, and even from the front you can see the fall leaves. Then I want to add some ribbon. So again, I'm just going to make some of these loops. Since this is non-wired ribbon, it doesn't do real well with making a bow like I could if I had wired ribbon, but I just had to have this because of the color. This was super hard to find. I looked everywhere for this wired, this color and wired ribbon, but I thought this was too cute to pass up because it's even got that little velvety texture that just screams fall. Okay, so now I've made a little gathering of loops with the ribbon, and I've left some of it hanging down, and I am just gonna add my floral pick here. And just let that dry. Okay, so I've added the beautiful teal ribbon and put my pumpkins in place right behind it. And then I just worked with these until they were facing the way I wanted them. Like I said, they're wired, makes it really nice. And then here's some of the ribbon still hanging out. And so let me hold this up and just show you. Okay, so this little pumpkin keeps popping off. So I am literally gonna insert the skewer, and it's just one like what you cook with. So that will definitely keep this little guy in there further. So here's our final product. I think it's quite lovely. I am really enjoying the cute little lights flashing in there. And I like that it's nice and sturdy. It's not going anywhere. I don't have to worry about it coming unglued. And then here's the bottom closer up. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this journey, and I hope that you have fun making one of your own. Happy fall. Okay, so now I've decided I need a little piece of foam, and I've just cut a little piece. And I'm gonna move my moss and just put that in down here. And again, the battery pack is in the back. And then I'm just gonna cover this moss up, and that'll give me something to put my florals in. So I decided that this pumpkin was too big. That was the one I showed you earlier. So I'm gonna use these, but I want them to be able to poke in to the moss, or I mean, the foam. So I'm just going to insert a floral pick and use that to put these in. I'm going to add a little bit of glue. And I've just made a little hole that I'm putting the floral pick in. I want it nice and long though, okay? So if you find something cute, you can still use it if you've got some of these floral picks. I imagine you could make a floral pick with a lot of other things if you've got skewers at home too. So I'm just gonna make a hole in the bottom here. Add the glue. And put the pick back in. So see, made a cute little couple of these. And then I think I like this, I'm not sure. I'm gonna be playing around. And I love these. These are bringing in that fun pumpkin theme we've got going here for fall. And I don't like that these are not curled. So I'm just gonna use a pin and curl them around it. And then when I slide the pin out, they've got some curl to them and they just look cuter, I think. These are nice because even the pumpkins are wired, not just the main stem. So I can make the pumpkins go whichever way I want. I'm gonna add a little bit of curl to these just with my finger. So that's looking cuter. And I think I'm gonna bend it a little bit, and then I'll work with these once I get them in here. Thinking I want them bent kind of sideways. And then I can further bend them once I get them in here. Just want to see what they look like with our design. Okay, I think that looks really cute. And the truck is not getting covered up by the pumpkins. So I think that's looking really cute. I think I want to add some ribbon, and I really like these. I don't want to get too much going down here. So I just want to see if I like these. Let me see how many I still have. I do have one more. Oh, I got nuts coming out of the phone. There we go. And then I think I'm going to add just a few of these fall leaves as well, just so that everything's kind of uniform and mimics what I have above so that it doesn't look too completely different down at the bottom. So I think this looks good. I'm going to do one more of these. One more of these. Down at the bottom here. And then I'm going to spin it around so you can see what I've done. Okay, so there's a little visual interest, and even from the front you can see the fall leaves. Then I want to add some ribbon. Okay, so I've added the beautiful teal ribbon and put my pumpkins in place right behind it. And then I just worked with these until they were facing the way I wanted them. Like I said, they're wired, makes it really nice. And then here's some of the ribbon still hanging out. And so let me hold this up and just show you. Okay, so this little pumpkin keeps popping off. So I am literally going to insert the skewer, and it's just one like what you cook with. So that will definitely keep this little guy in there further. Now it needs to be a little bit shorter, so I'm just going to cut it with a pair of wire cutters. So here's our final product. I think it's quite lovely. I am really enjoying the cute little lights flashing in there. And I like that it's nice and sturdy. It's not going anywhere. I don't have to worry about it coming unglued. And then here's the bottom closer up. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this journey, and I hope that you have fun making one of your own. Happy fall!